Adam, how important are these final 5 games for your quarterback, Sam Darnold?
I think every snap he takes is important. I mean, it's not easy, when things aren't going right, but he's working through some things. I think him getting back in the lineup is, was good last week in practice, and then we got to get some things corrected from the game. But I think it's just every game he can stack on top of each other is good.
Are you encouraged by the way the offense has come out of games as far as you've scored on 5 consecutive opening possessions now?
Yeah, I mean, we'd like to have touchdowns, obviously. We just got to build some consistency. We got to figure out a way to score in the red zone. I mean, that's where it's killing us. The 4th and 1, I don't know how many 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1s we haven't converted on this year. I mean, we got to figure out a way to convert.
I think this was Sam Darnold's first throw back, and you get Jamison Crowder singled up. You're not seeing that a lot anymore.
No, this was a good example of, we get what we call really kind of like a one funnel time look where you get those, underneath coverage, but everybody else is one-on-one with the middle of field safety. They play a technique to where, number 40 he's on the point, but he has Crowder. And you can see here. So we have a little release here where Mims kind of doesn't necessarily pick him, but it just gets in his way, and then Crowder's running across the field.
How frustrating has this been for Jamison? I mean, this is a sign that you're a very good player in the National Football League, but you're not going to get the ball a lot if you got 2 and 3 defenders around you all the time.
Yeah, they gave him a couple one-on-ones early in the game. He had about 3 catches in about 2 minutes. Next thing you know, he had 2 guys on him the rest of the game.
You never want to be 3rd and long against anybody in the NFL, especially this club, but protection holds here, and Darnold puts one out for Rashad Perryman, and Perryman continues to run through the ball. This is a hell of a catch.
Yeah, I mean he is fast, man. Like when he gets going, if he wins off the jam, he's gonna be way by the guy. The best chance they have is put their hands on him, and it's hard to do because he does something different. He's got experience. He knows how to use his hands. He knows how to use angles. So when he gets opportunities like this, it's hard to cover him.
Denzel Mims continues his ascension in the NFL, and speaking of ascension, he goes up and gets this one.
Yeah, this was nice to see. One, when you watch the end zone, you'll see the timing how early Sam threw this. Good anticipation here, which means that there's trust there between him and Mims. And then Mims does a good job getting depth, and then uses his body, his length, his size to shield off the defender. Yeah, it's hard to see Mims, but like you can kind of see his shadow here when he throws this thing. Like he hadn't even come out of the break yet. This is a good arc and pace. Good job going to get it.
Let's flip to the defensive side of the ball right now and talk about one of the NFL standout performers, I think, defensively. That's been Quinnen Williams the last few weeks. He's
been really good, majority of the season. In the beginning of the year, he had some up and down games, but he's been consistent when he's been out there. Obviously fought through an injury. This is a really good play because this is really a play that's being set up for JFM. But this is the guy that ends up making this play a lot. This is tough on offensive line because he's setting a pick here. They don't really pass it off well, and then 95 gets thin here and ends up getting to the quarterback.
One thing that Quinnen Williams did was not only got to the quarterback at a sack and a half, but he also had a pair of PDs as well.
Yeah, this is right here. You can see on the screen. Our guys they're not going to peel back and block. They're going to go to the quarterback and try to do this and disrupt. That's just our defense philosophy as far as we're going full speed to the quarterback. So this is a good example when we do that and we do it right and we're playing fast, it works.
You talk every week, it seems like, about Neville Hewitt and his motor, and sometimes you get rewarded, and here he gets a free shot on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Great job by Terrell Basham here.
Yeah, this is some selfless football right here where 93 takes about 3 guys out, and Neville does a great job timing this off and then turning the corner and then delivering a really good hit on Fitz.
4 forced fumbles in all, including a couple on 2 consecutive snaps. Here, they run a draw against you on 3rd and long, which a lot of teams will do. And Jordan gets his big club on it, and you come up with a turnover in plus territory.
Yeah, it was good to see us react a little bit better than what we've had to the draw here. And we still give up a little too many yards, but it was a good job going after the ball. I mean, we talk about it all the time as far as the one place that, offensive players don't pay attention to is who's coming from behind. And just a good job of Jordan. This is effort. This is just playing the play long and then going out pursuing with a purpose.
And no surprise who's on the ball, 46.
Yeah, of course.
Adam, what do you think about going against John Gruden and that West Coast attack?
Yeah, they've really they made some strides there as far as putting their team together on offense. Added some pieces that have really created some explosiveness. Same system they've been running for however long he's been coaching. Hadn't changed much. And defensively they've had the same group together there for a little bit. This 3rd in a row I've gone against them, so we've seen the evolution of how they've built their team. For
Gruden, he likes to pound the football, use a lot of multiple tight ends. They'll throw to a lot of short intermediate routes, but Ruggs give them a vertical dynamic as well.
Ruggs, he's not an overly big guy, but man, this guy can fly. He's scary on all these vertical routes. You have to handle him. Yeah, I mean, this is where it opens up the run game, because you got to have, probably a guy over the top of him a lot of times. You can see what happens when you have one guy on him. I mean, Derek Carr this is just an easy layup for him, and then Ruggs does a good job of going to get it. Because these corners, when they're running with this guy, they're panicking. I mean, it's like they're giving everything they have. He's not even trying to run hard.
No, you said running the full gamut. They motion him across the line. He's still inside here. Motion him back and give him the old jet sweep.
Yeah, he can do all this. This is where these guys become problems. Is you hand off a couple of these and you get 10, 12, 15 yards. You might get 8. Then all of a sudden you start faking it to them. Now your ends aren't rushing as much. Your linebackers going down. Now all of a sudden you hit something behind them. I mean, when you have guys that can do this, it causes all kinds of problems.
Derek Carr's top target by far is his big tight end, Darren Waller.
Yeah, this guy's a good player, man. He's a tough matchup, whether he's in the interior of the formation, if he's singled up. He's got a really good route tree. He gets open. He's not fun for either safeties or linebackers to have to deal with.
You consider him like a wide receiver skill set who just happens to play tight end?
It's close. When you look at him, I mean, you can see he's a good sized guy. Like he's not one of those really lean, don't get involved in the running game type tight ends. I mean, it's just amazing. He's a lot better than what people really give him credit for, I think. I mean, he's kind of one of those guys that nobody really talked about, but they're talking about him now.
Ruggs brings the speed for them. Waller's the number one target. Aguilar has really come on. He's having a fine season, I think, under the radar. Carr's patient on this one. Retreats a little bit, never gets flustered, and then Aguilar springs free across the middle of the field.
This is an old Todd Haley play. Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown hookup where they run their crossers and then wrap around. I mean, this is tough to do. Like when Antonio Brown runs this thing and he's wide open, it's hard. This is a tough turn for everybody. And you got to hold on. This is a ball. Like when you hear guys say, hey, this play's a ball holder, and quarterbacks, when they love to hear that word, when it's a ball holder, you got to buy some time. Jason
Witten's still going strong. This is just a great play by the quarterback, Derek Carr.
It's smart on the aspect of trying to hang there as long as he can, make the guys come to him before he does anything. And it's amazing, Jason, the fact that he's still playing. I mean, I was a GA when he was in college. Like it's insane. I mean, I think about the fact that I actually saw him play at Tennessee and I was on the other sideline is nuts to me.
What do you make of Derek Carr and the challenge ahead for your defense? Carr, you look at his numbers this year, Adam. He's been really impressive, completing nearly 70% of his passes, I think he's only got like 4 interceptions. Where he has struggled at times is he's fumbled the ball. And we saw that last week with the Raiders against Atlanta. They turned the football over way too much.
He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. Sometimes when quarterbacks are fun the ball, they're probably holding on to the ball a little longer. I know everybody kind of got on him, over the last like 4 or 5 years of, hey, just gets the ball out, quick game, all that stuff. And he's probably might have listened too much to it and he's holding on to the ball and trying to push it down the field. But I get it with the speed he's got and the guys that he, are creating big plays with. I mean, that's another reason why he's probably doing it as well. But you can see that he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. He sees the field well. He runs the offense well. And he's playing angry. Like he doesn't like what people have said about him. He wants to prove them wrong. And, when you get a quarterback that's got a lot of talent in that kind of position, you can take advantage of it as a coach.